What is up? Welcome back to the podcast. Welcome back to Couch and Chat. My name is Jason, and I'm here to talk to you all about stuff. Well, on today's episode, I think I'm going to talk about UCLA centennial celebration. And there's this funny story where, my friend and I, let me backtrack a little bit. So, UCLA was founded in 1919, so I graduated in 2019, aka a week ago. So that celebration was, this culmination of things. It was like the 100th anniversary of UCLA. So, UCLA being what it was throwing a bunch of random stuff on campus, like random celebrations. One of those celebrations was this event where they projected this entire timeline of UCLA's history and this really cool cinematic experience on one of their most iconic buildings, which was Royce Hall. It was really cool. There was lights everywhere. It was super cool. It looked like maybe similar to a rave, like a light show, if you've ever been to that. It was really cool. I remember my friend and I, Ramses, he's been on the podcast before, twice I believe. So we went to this centennial celebration together. We kind of wanted to get there a little early, but unfortunately we got there a little late. But when we got there, it wasn't late. It hadn't started yet. I think it started I'm completely blanking out. I don't remember the time, but we were there 30 minutes late. But when we were there, the time clock counter thing that was projecting on the wall was counting down from 30 more, it said 30 minutes. So I was like, okay, so we're not that late. But, when we got up there, I've never seen that area so packed. The entire thing looked like a festival. It was messy. No one could get through anywhere. No one could walk. It was hectic. People were sitting on the steps near Powell, which is our library, and there's a sea of people just blocking the pathway. Everything was blocked. Everything was blocked. So naturally, me wanted to go to the middle. I'm like, okay, Ramses, let's go to the middle. So we head towards the middle. We're going through the crowd. We're trying to steamroll our way through, and we can't move. We're stuck. Really, we're right on each other. Everyone's on each other. So here we are sweating in this nighttime. It was 60 something degrees, and everyone was sweating. I was sweating, in particular. And people were trying to get past, and I remember this lady was like, yo, can you guys keep moving, please? Ramses gets really mad at this lady. He's like, wait, what'd you say? Excuse me, we can't move at all. And she kept saying, well, try to move. I'm like, okay, we'll try to move. We try to move. It is impossible. No one can move. And they're like, okay, fine. You want to go try yourself? Go ahead. So we let the lady through, somehow backed up into some person. And all of a sudden, with that lady, it was a train of people just holding hands. I'd say 20 people. I was so annoyed. I was like, what the hell's going on? So this is going on. They're getting through. I'm getting pissed. I'm wearing my new shoes, and people are stepping on them. And I think Ramses is wearing some white shoes as well. So here, everyone's just stepping on our stuff, and we're just super pissed. What the hell's happening? And meanwhile, after that train wreck was over, I was like, okay, let's just get away from here. Let's get away from the middle. Let's go towards the side. And luckily, we moved towards the side. I think Ramses was like, hey, let's go stand by those trash cans, because no one wants to stand next to a trash can. So we stood next to this trash can, and lo and behold, there was space around it. No one wanted to be around it. Fortunately, we also saw a friend there who was holding the whole trash can area, which is one of our friends named Brock. It was just him, and he was just holding the place down. I don't know for who or for what, but eventually more of our friends started coming through, and they started filling up that trash can space. And then, so that's the story. Well, that's the beginning of the story. So we wait for this thing. The show goes on. The show is amazing. It's one of the best things I've ever seen in my entire life. It was hands down just, amazing. It was very artistic. It was just, I can't fathom how they did that. I posted on my Snapchat, and people who graduated already, they're like, what the heck? What is that? That's so cool. It was really cool. It's you had to be there. It's kind of hard. I know there's videos out there on the internet about it, but anyway, to the point of the story. So where I'm trying to get at now is the point of the story where this lady just faints in the middle of the crowd next to us. She faints. She falls down. Oh, sorry, I got a text message. She falls down to the floor, and I think Ramses catches her, and she exclaims, she's like, I'm fine, it's okay. And I'm like, do you need water? And she's like, no, I'm good. I promise, it's just a little hot in here. She gets back up. I can see her profusely sweating, and it is really hot there. There's a bunch of people. It's packed. And I'm sweating too, but not as profusely as she was. But she gets through. She walks for like 10 seconds, and then boom, she fucking falls again. She falls to the ground. I grab her. Me and Ramses like grabs her at the same time, and then we're just like, okay, we're gonna lay her down. We're gonna lay her down. Everyone clear the way. And then I don't know what to do. Like, we're just looking at her. I'm like, okay, I've taken intro level biology classes. I'm pre-med. I can do this. Just kidding. I have no experience at all. You shouldn't, use that as a basis as, being qualified to ever treat anyone in that position. But anyway, I got her head, made sure she didn't hit anything. And then people were surrounding us, kind of like and then the bystander effect was going on. Everyone was just like surrounding us and not doing anything. They're just looking at us. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to get security. I go to get security, right? I go talk to the guy. It takes me like 30 seconds to get out of the crowd because it's so crowded. No one wants to move out of the way. Go to the guy, security. I'm like, yo, security, woman just fainted. We need your help. She can't get out. She can't move. He's like, okay, I got to do what I got to do. Whips out his radio, phones it in, radios it in, and I go back. I like look at him, and then I go back to the crowd, and then another lady was like, did you go ask for help? Like, yes, I just did. It's that guy over there. I point over to him, and he waves his hand over his radio. He's like this. And, okay, we're waiting for help. 10 minutes goes by. No help comes by. And we're just like, okay. I gave her some water. People were still watching. It was a weird experience because we were trying to help her, but people were just watching. I told security. I, went to the security guard again. He's like, and then what he told me, he was like, yo, yeah, they're getting here. They're getting here. And that was 10 minutes ago. And then as I kept trying to do that, and we started having a conversation with the lady, and the lady was like, I'm overheating. It's just too hot in here. I'm like, okay, yeah, I get it. It's pretty fucking hot. And then when she's on the floor, one of the girls who was with me, she's like, of course, being at UCLA, this is such a UCLA response. A girl comes up to me and she's like, don't worry, my dad's a doctor. I'm like, okay. Oh, shoot, there's your dad. Go help. Doctor comes, assesses the patient, does his thing. Me and Ramses look down from above. We're like, okay, we did our thing. We did our job. And the doctor needing help, like carrying the lady, we got the lady, put her on our shoulders, and we just like walked her out through the crowd. And yeah, that's what happened. It was a pretty crazy experience. I don't know what happened to the lady, but she was with a doctor, so everything was fine. And the security never came. No one came to help. Fortunately, there was a doctor nearby. Unsurprisingly enough, there was an alum of UCLA here to look at the centennial celebration. So anyway, she was okay. She was fine. But I thought it was a really funny situation where no one really stopped to do anything. And me and Ramses not knowing what to really do because she was responsive. She wasn't unconscious or anything. She just like couldn't move. I was wiping off her sweat, giving her some water, making sure she didn't hit anything, and trying to calm her down. I was just talking to her, having like regular conversation. But that was a really funny experience. So, and that's the story of how I saved someone's life at UCLA. Just kidding. But yeah, I think that's all I have to talk about today. Thank you all for listening to the podcast. Thank you for tuning in to Couch and Chat. I really appreciate the listens and or views on YouTube, and it really helps a lot. And I'm really appreciative of all the support and all the reviews and all the ratings that I've been getting. It really means a lot, and I couldn't be ever more grateful for it. So thank you so much again, and see you all next week.